Hello, hello, hello. We got another round of 64 matchup in the CiC Qualifier event. This time we've got Smash Brothers International taking on the Serbian Elite Guard. And hopefully we'll see a good one here. As this is the round of some interesting teams we haven't heard of before, players we haven't heard of before. Have had some good games, have had some impressive performances, and have had some less impressive performances. Some teams that perhaps there's a reason they're not particularly highly rated. There's been some iffy plays and some interesting decision making, but starting things off well here with the bans on Pestilence, Parasite, and Pharaoh. So clearly the P's are eliminated. Tempest the final ban though, so apparently not. Kronos is the first pick. Bans making plenty of sense. I think Pesty, interesting that he hasn't been targeted very often recently. He's pretty typically a hero that we see eliminated consistently, but for some reason in this situation he's just not. Like, we haven't seen him picked up consistently over this tournament. We haven't seen him picked up consistently recently. I don't know if that's just because people don't like him as much anymore for whatever reason. I believe he did take a small nerf in the recent patch, but it didn't feel like it was enough to really eliminate him from the scene, so we'll see if he makes a comeback or not. I feel like he kind of should. Still a very powerful hero. Parasite and Tempest removing jungler is very common, obviously. Parasite, I don't think really first spin material. Neither is Pharaoh, but apparently these teams feeling like they don't want to deal with that. And we'll just get to the picks because, man, they're moving quickly here. Kronos, Kraken, and PM here, so nice start from the Legion side with three heroes that all are very, very powerful. Presumably we're going to be seeing a Suicide Kronos, a mid Kraken, and a short lane Puppet Master. Jungle option still remains available for them, as well as the dual support. I'm favoring the jungle here just because Kraken in a dual lane is fine, but I feel like he's a little bit better in a dual situation. And the fact that the Hellborn have picked up a Solstice probably means that they're going to be running a jungler, and you usually want to counter a jungler with your own jungler. So we'll see if they're able to get any jungle option here, or if they go for the second support. But I would prefer the jungle option. Regardless, these are three very powerful heroes that will combo pretty well together. You know, the Kraken and the Kronos ultimate, obviously two big AoE ults will help them out in team fights. Puppet Master with really strong ganking potential, strong CC here between not only PM, but the Kraken and Kronos both possessing at least some form of a stun. So I'm liking the Legion lineup so far. Hellborn looking pretty solid as well, though, with Rhapsody first pick followed up by a Solstice, and eating into some extra time here, but perfectly alright to do that with their third pick of the first round. Solstice presumably going to be in the jungle, and it will be a Grinix pick. We have another hero we don't see too much, despite the fact that he didn't really get too many changes. It was just like, we don't pick Grinix anymore for pretty much no reason. So probably going to be a Suicide Grinix here, as both options have likely picked up their long lane hero. And I'm assuming that's going to be a Solstice jungle, as I said, which is fine. Solid ganker and decent farmer. Not the greatest jungle hero in my opinion, but with the changes that were made recently, the fact that Tempest and Parasite are both off the board, perhaps the better jungle option available, considering Ophelia is really difficult to play, and teams seem to be less eager to pick her up now than they used to be. So Solstice just fine, and of course the Rhapsody as a support option, probably the best support in the game right now, will bring a lot to the team fight, good babysitter, and strong gank hero. So the gank presence on the Hellborn side, very powerful at this point. Lacking a little bit in team fight, the push is decent, so we'll see if they can make up for that team fight with the last two picks. There's still plenty of options on the board in that regard. Obviously, Wretched Hag's available, Bubbles could help out in the team fights, Moon Queen if they want to go for a short lane option. Plenty of stuff to do there. Slither can be picked up. So we'll see what they choose to go for, but no doubt plenty of stuff on the available. Moon Queen no longer here, as the Legion side bans out Magnus, Drunken Master, and that Moon Queen, so targeting that mid and short lane role, no doubt, as they feel like the Hellborn side is missing a mid hero, and they almost certainly are, so trying to remove some options in that regard. Hellborn banning out Engineer, Riftwalker, and Cersei, clearly targeting the support options as they picked up their support Rhapsody already, and want to remove some versatility for the Legion side, so strong bans from both teams, and it will result in a Torturer first pick for the Legion side, which makes plenty of sense, especially considering how powerful he is both in the mid lane with Kraken or as a babysit support for Puppet Master. I kind of lean towards the second option just because I'd still like to see the jungler, but it could certainly be played with Kraken, and if they do choose to go for a second support, they probably want something that's a little more suited for Kraken. What that might be, maybe an M4, that seems a little iffy. Glacius could probably work out pretty well. Hey, Voodoo Jester, we saw him recently, and it's a very powerful hero. I like that guy a lot. Pyromancer could work pretty well, but We'll see what to go for the last option. I'm still leaning towards that Ophelia, maybe a Legionnaire, maybe a War Beast, something for the jungle. Cthulhufin's available, and apparently he's been impressive recently, so maybe that's what they'll go for. Rally is the 4th pick for the Hellborn side, as he is almost certainly going to be playing that middle role, and he's going to be keep the forest. So excellent pick there, and I like the jungle option. Definitely a strong decision. And that's going to result almost certainly in a mid Kraken, Suicide, Chronos Keeper in the woods, Puppet Master, and Torturer on the bottom lane. Could also be a Kraken solo short with PM Tort middle, but I think I prefer the first setup, as that will give them very strong lane, strong kill potential in bottom lane, not so much in top or mid, but 2 heroes that can really hold their own, no doubt. Hellborn perhaps looking for a short laner at this point, with Rally presumably occupying that mid role. Decent enough stun there, and that will give them their 4th stun, really. Everybody else on their team has a stun, as well as their 2nd line stun, so Compel into Solstice stun might be a strong pickup there. And the team fight obviously gets a little bit better with Rally having Seismic Slam, being able to take out maybe 1 or 2 people with that ability. Still not quite where I think it'd be good to have it. Solstice Ultimate is just not that reliable at a team fight. You can't consistently get it off onto multiple people with a long channel duration, so you're probably not looking at it as a massive team fight ability. And Corrupted Disciple will be picked up, so once again more of a single target oriented hero. So Hellborn not really going to be looking to team fight here. They are much heavier in the gank presence, with Rally, Rhapsody, Grenix, Corrupted Solstice all being strong gank heroes, all being strong, heroes in less than 5v5 team fights, in 2-on-3 engagement, or a 1-on-1, or a 1-on-2, or something like that. That's the type of situation that they're looking for. Legion team, on the other hand, absolutely looking for those team fights. Keeper of the Forest, Chronos, Kraken, all heroes that are going, yeah, let's have big, massive team fights where I can drop my ultimate onto 3, 4, maybe even 5 people, and do as much work as possible with it in that regard. Obviously, the Puppet Master provides a little bit more of that gank presence, so I think the Legion side here, a little bit more versatile, a little bit stronger in the team fight, which is crucial. They've got the better push. The gank isn't quite as powerful, but that's mostly because Hellborn, I think, focused a little bit too much on their gank ability and not enough on their push on their team fight, and really on their late game. They got the Solstice, who can transition very well into the late game, but on the other hand, you got the Kraken, you got the Chronos, you got the Puppet Master here on the Legion side, so the late game for the Legion is definitely better. So I'm favoring the Legion draft at this point, but we'll see how that works out for them. Both sides' lane should be relatively predictable. Rhapsody, Chronos, or Corrupted Disciple on the top lane versus the Chronos. Going to be Rally in the middle, presumably up against Kraken. On the bottom lane, it's probably going to be Puppet Master and Torturer going against the Grenix. And we might see a switch up here, as Kraken's headed mid, but so is Torturer. I'm not a huge fan of this. I would massively prefer Torturer to head bottom lane. Puppet will have he'll be just fine against Grenix as a solo, but Torturer could do a really good job of zoning that Grenix out on the bottom lane, and I think he just does a better job of that than he does in middle with Kraken. Kraken and Torturer is not the greatest lane in the world, in my opinion. Kraken likes levels so much. He's got 3 abilities that they're all really powerful, so he wants to get them maxed as quickly as possible. And so it seems like he should probably head bottom, and he might just be doing that. For that matter, it's not a situation really where Torture is going to add too much to this middle lane. The chain reactions might work, but only before a charge, after a charge. You don't know. The fact that Kraken's charged is just not a super great team or 2v2 situation ability. It seems makes me think that he just shouldn't be dual laned all that much. The only situation where it'd be really preferable is if you've got a dual support situation, you have a true suicide, and you are not looking for a tri-lane. But that's sort of I guess we have to dual lane Kraken, and then let's dual lane Kraken, and it'll work out really well. The advantage they will get is that Rally is going to have a much harder time here than he normally would, as he misses a CS there, and Torture will be able to help zone him out. But Rally almost certainly not going to die in this type of situation. There's just not enough consistent and reliable lockdown here to prevent the Compel from being able to chase. Torture actually preventing Kraken from getting a CS there as the creep is chasing him. But the Compel is just too strong an ability in this type of situation to prevent anything from happening. Chronos up top going to put some damage onto Rhapsody. And he will be trying to take as much CS as he possibly can, get a bottle as quickly as possible. Trading auto attacks a little bit here. Staccato stuns go out. So relatively passive lanes here. Perhaps the best kill opportunity might be in bottom if Puppet can get his CC abilities onto Grinix effectively and continue to harass him down as he's clearly been doing. So Grinix taking quite a bit of damage really, and has a fair bit of regen still left, health pot, and a couple of tangos as he puts the opening on to Puppet Master. But there's a nice Puppet show, and he's now out of mana, so that could be a bit of an issue. And Grinix is now in a lot of trouble. One more auto attack. Nope. Hot stopped. Also stops the mana potion, so we'll see what happens. And he is able to get out. So Grinix just barely able to survive there, and his mana potion will be stopped, but he's pretty much out of regen at this point. So he needs to ferry himself out some more regen, or he's going to die. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, Rhapsody's got a haste rune, and is going to put the compel down on there, and Torture is now going to be in a lot of trouble. Hasted Rhapsody should be able to pick up this last hit, as if it wasn't for... yeah, that's going to be the last hit. So, Rally actually getting the last hit there, and we'll get the first blood. Thanks to that haste rune, solid rune there. And Rhapsody will drop a health pot on top of Rally, help him continue to stay in this lane. Bottle is on the way for him as well. And Kraken has enough for his bottle if he would like to get it. There it is, and it's being ferried out. So Bloodlust goes in favor of the Hellborn team, as really Rhapsody got a lucky rune. Grinix headed bottom. Does not have a bottle, just had to ferry himself out some regen. So no doubt Puppet Master winning this lane down here. 236 gold per minute compared to Grinix at just 112. As Corrupted Disciple is actually leading the GPM charts. Meanwhile, middle lane, a little harassment from Rally, but not too much. Onto Rally, excuse me. Corrupted Disciple up top, leading the GPM charts. 270 gold per minute, so not bad for him at all. And Chronos doing what he can at 172, so not bad for a suicide. Middle lane, nothing major happening. This Kraken finally gets his bottle delivered. Bottom lane, Grinix trying to run away, nice. Man, if that whiplash hit, he would have been dead. And he's really got to get himself some more regen out here as quickly as possible, because he's not going to be able to do much in this lane. Keeper actually taking the Ancients here. And now Puppet with the ability to basically just ignore Grinix and Grinix's inability to do anything about this lane. Puppet's just having total freeform here, so he is now taking over the gold lead from Grinix. Meanwhile, off to the side here, Solstice in a lot of trouble. He will drop to the last auto attack from Torture, who actually got the kill all by himself, so I guess Solstice must have been pretty low in the woods. And Torture just happened to find him. Compel there misses from Rally. Grinix just continuing to take a ton of damage. He finally does get his bottle, but still not allowing him to stay in this lane, as he is very low on health. He probably needs to put some more harassment down here with the Rift Stock and his Shadow Step. Not being quite as aggressive as it might seem. Oh boy, now he's screwed. That's going to be an easy death. Little too close. Chain reactions there miss, and Rally can take a bunch of damage here, as well as the Torrent. Charge also misses, compels himself with a cliff, he'll be fine, so miss a couple spells, you're probably not going to get very many kills. But nice attempt there from the Legion side, recognizing that, yeah, Reno Rally can't just be allowed to sit in this lane, let's screw with him a little bit. He does pop a regenerate though, so he will be fine. Chain reactions are there as well, and we'll see if we can do anything about this. Torrent does a ton of damage. Choosing not to charge. Solstice is here off to the side looking for a gank, and Rhapsody's coming down. Will control this top room, but it's not going to spawn for 10 seconds, so perhaps a little early, but CD has control of the top lane at 340 gold per minute, and Chronos just 160, so not having the greatest time. Solstice going to jump over here onto Torture, will take the stun, as well as Staccato stuns from Rhapsody. Dance Floor goes down, Torture going to be a lot of trouble, he will drop thanks to the Compel help. Double damage rune up top will be bottled by Rally. Let's go there. Shadow Step onto Puppet doesn't actually stun. Rift Stalk is active. And he is going to run away. So much damage out of that Grinix. He's just having serious issues staying in this lane effectively. Top lane, Solstice looking for another gank here, perhaps on a Chronos, but won't find it as Chronos is playing relatively passive. Grinix opening once again on a Puppet Master, but Puppet's like, yeah, I'm going to kill you now. As the Puppet Show goes down. Last auto attack, there it is. Whiplash gets the kill. So Puppet perhaps needs to be a little careful in terms of his life all of a sudden, because if Grinix come down here, he can TP in and kill Puppet pretty easily. And let's see what he chooses to do. Will in fact port back to base, not a huge surprise there. Double damage here on Rally, and there might look to set up a kill onto Kraken. Solstice is in the woods, looking for a charge opportunity. Rally's level 6, so he has the Seismic Slam available and full mana.
The Legion have destroyed
Tower actually dies.
Tower.
That's a little shocking. Anyway, Solstice heading back into the woods as kill opportunity in the middle did not materialize. Resource advantage is still in favor and has been really for this whole game in favor of the Legion side. They're about 2.5k gold and 2k experience up. No doubt as a result of the Solstice. Well, first of all, they won middle lane, which they probably shouldn't have. Chain reactions there, plus the Puppet Show, so a little bit of stacking there, but that's playing as both the Puppet Ultimate and the Kraken get dropped onto Rally, and he's totally screwed. So I'm doing a good job here shutting this Rally down, and the GPM charts are pretty significantly in favor of the Legion side, as both Puppet and Kraken are ahead of everybody else in the game. CD doing quite well for himself with the short lane, but you gotta notice this Keeper of the Forest at 280 gold per minute compared to the Solstice at 189, so substantial gold per minute advantage there for the Hellborn. And Grinix gonna Rift Stalk away. We'll try to live here. Is he gonna be able to get out? And he should. Drew a couple of ports in, and Puppet could be in a lot of trouble now actually as the Solstice and Rally are running in, but obviously it is night, so Solstice does not have a stun anymore. He just has the slow. And instead Rally will head bottom, look for a rune, not going to find it. There's no rune top either. Solstice, the Puppet Show's there onto Grinix, and Grinix will die. Solstice going to run back in here, perhaps look for something. Keeper of the Forest is here, does not have his root. He was already used. Seismic Slam there will take out Puppet Master. Now they're going to try to turn this on the Keeper. It's not going to happen. He has the Nature's Veil to just run away and be totally fine. So, good kill onto Puppet, trading Grinix for Puppet. Definitely a good decision there for the Hellborn side. They do lose the middle tower in the meantime, though, as Torture and Kraken are able to take it out. Rally over here. Perhaps going to get collapsed on. Chain reactions do actually hit, but no follow-up there, no surprise. Rhapsody and Solstice going to find Kraken here. Solstice going to jump onto Kraken, and he's going to take the Shadow Suns as well. Drops release of Kraken onto Rhapsody, but that's not going to be enough. Nice ultimate there from Kronos. We'll save his buddy for the meantime. We'll see if that actually can turn into a kill or a death onto Kraken, and they actually get the kill onto Solstice there, but Kronos is going to pay for this, and we'll see if Kraken can actually live here. He's not going to have any help coming in, and Rally's Compel will finish it off. The regen rune bottom lane is active and will be bottled up here by Rally. Ends up being a 2-for-1, significantly in favor of Hellborn as they take out both Kronos and Kraken in exchange for their only support Rhapsody. I also drew a couple of ultimates out of that fight as well. It required the rotation of CD, but it's definitely fine. So Legion side still taking a golden experience advantage, up in their gold lead to about 3,000 instead of 2.5, but the experience remains relatively even. Keep root back up in 10 seconds, and I think we'll see a push from him relatively soon. He has level 4 trees, so and now address as bottom lane missing kills. Puppet Show goes down there, and the Puppet ultimate. Hello, you're dead.
Give up already.
Solstice in this bottom lane, looking to contest Puppet's farm. Not going to be able to do it too effectively. Kronos in the top lane, getting flanked here by Rhapsody. They shouldn't be able to pick up a kill here, but they can harass him down. And he will be able to time leap away. Looking at items here real fast, Ring of Sorcery on top of the Refreshing Ornament picked up by Keeper, so he's clearly going for the Astrolabe, probably the end of the Portal Key. Rally here getting set up on a little bit as both Puppet and Torch are reporting. Refreshment Rune top will be grabbed by Kronos. Speaking of which, he's just got the Steam Boots and Mana Battery, so suffering a little bit here at a 214 gold per minute. Probably looking for an offensive item next. We'll see what he chooses to go for. The typical pub build, Elder Parasite maybe? You never know. Rally gonna run into Kraken and Puppet Master here. Take the Puppet Show, that's an easy kill. To the side here, actually they're gonna jump the Keeper of the Forest and he will die despite getting Nature's Veil off. So, farming the Ancients here a little aggressively, but pays for it. Puppet Master going for the Steam Staff on top of the Amulet Exile and the Steam Boots, so he's going for an early Assassin's Shroud. Kraken just picked up his Portal Key, so strong farm here at 405 gold per minute, and he's going to go really aggressive with that PK. Choosing not to go defensive with a Bulwark or anything like that, no Helm. He's looking to set up some ganks, and presumably will be running around with possibly Puppet Master, maybe Keeper or Torture. Kronos could be, I would guess Puppet Master would be his best gank partner, but as those are both the top farmers, maybe not so much. Double bubble here, and the release of Kraken gets dropped, but 3 ports coming in. They're going to try to pick up a kill on CD here. They will push him into the woods, and he's going to get compelled away, so he'll be totally okay. Rhapsody coming in the dance floor. Chain Reactions hit a couple, but the Root hits 4, and Electric Tide hits a lot as well. Kronos going to go back, try to finish off the Corrupted Disciple, won't do so. He's going to fall first. Rally dies as well, though, and they're also going to pick off Rhapsody. Corrupted Disciple is going to get chased down by a Hasted Kraken here. He's dead. Kronos going to try to turn this onto Kraken. It's probably not going to happen, as he's still hasted. He's going to push him into the trees, try to turn this fight around. Puppet Master going to put the Puppet Show down onto Solstice, and this is going to be another kill. Ends up being a 4-for-1 there in favor of the Legion side, losing only their Suicide Kronos, picking up everybody except for Grinix. And just a really, really well done fight there. And that's what I was talking about during the drafting phases. This is a much better team fight team on the Legion side. They've got the initiation with the Kronos. The follow-up route from Keeper was huge. They dropped the Kraken ultimate in a very important position. Grinix gonna run away here with the Riftstock. He should be okay. But that's gonna lose the top tower, and so that was a pretty significant fight there for the Legion side. And they got 12 of the 7 hero kills, and now 7.5k gold, 6.5k experience. This game looking quite a bit brighter than it did even a couple of minutes ago. As they got a pretty crucial kill on the Corrupted Disciple as well, because he was going to become a problem pretty soon. 350 gold per minute now after the death. He was up at the 370 or 380 mark, I believe, before that. And CD a really strong mid-game carry, similar to Puppet Master actually in that matter, where he can take a mid-game and do very well. Rally going to find Keeper of the Forest over here. Staccato Stuns are also available. They will get him. Off to the side, though. They're going to try to kill Solstice. That's going to happen first. Keeper of the Forest gets the Veil off, and he'll be fine. DD is up on Rally. Puppet Master's here as well. We'll see if they can do anything. Puppet Show goes down onto Rally, but he's now going to have to run away. Veil goes off. Grinix ultimate is here as well. Release the Kraken gets dropped onto just one, but a nice ultimate from Rhapsody to save all of the damage, and that's going to be huge. They will get Puppet Master here with the Staccato Stuns. Kraken does finish off somebody though. Corrupted Disciple, and they're also going to pick off Mr. Rhapsody, but Keeper of the Forest died as well. It ends up being a 2-for-2 right now. Torture trying to push his luck here, as he's also going to die thanks to the compel. So I'm not sure what he was doing there with about 200 health. Still trying to be aggressive. Not a great plan. Kraken might look for a reinitiation here, as he's got the portal key up, but no. Well, TP coming in. They don't have vision of what's going on, so can't do too much. Kronos actually will catch Grinix. He has the Rift Stock, but there's the bubble. Chronofield going down as well. He jumps right in there. And Solstice ultimate not going to do anything. So a couple of ultimates wasted there, as nobody picks up the kill, but Legion side perhaps not taking the engagement they really wanted to. I think Puppet Master dying there was a pretty significant problem, and that didn't really start out the way they wanted it to. It was more, it wasn't a true team fight there. It started out as, you know, a smaller engagement, and that's where the Hellborn team can do a little more damage. You know, they have the single target damage probably better than the Legion side. They're much more gank oriented, so if they can find 1 or 2 people caught out, they do a better job of cleaning those kills up. And as a result of how that started, it seems like that ended up much better for the Hellborn team than perhaps it should have. As they killed everybody except for Kraken, I think. And although I don't know actually if Kronos was in that fight. I don't remember. Maybe not. Anyway, up top, he is going to get collapsed down here by 3. He will run away though as he realizes something is happening. He will get the Shadow Step off, will stun on top of the Cicados, but he's using Time Leap away, and he should be fine. Draws a port, but that's cancelled. Hard to kill Kronos, man, with the Re-1 and the Time Leap. Not an easy job. Puppet going to continue to push bottom lane. So Kraken has picked up his Bulwark, and obviously Puppet has finished off his Shroud. Astrolabe finished on Keeper as well. Hellborn's side not looking too great in terms of items. CD only has a Quick Blade on top of an Energizer. Rally has a Beast Heart. So presumably looking at that Helm of Black Legion, just missing the Life Tube. Assassin's Shred wasted a little bit. They're going to try to jump him, but there's a lot of support here. And that was definitely the wrong decision, as Kraken actually misses the charge, but the Riftstock will let him get away. Puppet Show not going to do anything here, as he was too far gone, too far away from any new attack. So, not great play by either side, with Kraken missing the charge. Grinix opening onto a Puppet Master with a massive amount of backup. But this is looking like a bot tower push, as all the ultimates of the Legion side are up, and this is where they're going to shine. Kraken is veiled off to the side. He's scouting out Grinix, so that's giving them plenty of information as to what's going down. Rhapsody Dance were going to help perhaps stop this push a little bit, but it won't prevent the tower from dying, as they will got the nick of the time. Ultimate from Solstice getting channeled, will hit a few, immediately dies to this Rhapsody. Solstice can jump here, will stop by the ultimate from Keeper and Kraken and Kronos, as everything on the Legion side dies. Torture is trying to run away, he's not going to be able to make it. Grinix is their next target. Corrupted Disciple puts the static link down, and or the Corrupted Conduit, excuse me, takes the Torrent. He's going to be able to run away. Actually, there's the charge, not going to happen. Koroki just missed him. And Kraken will get chased out of the base. But the entire Legion team, except for their Torturer, who's not super valuable, is up. And we'll see if they turn that into an Ancient kill. These are double stacked, so that's probably what's going to happen first. They potentially could look to take Kong or all that. That's really risky at this point. Kronos is porting away, so that's not going to happen. They're just going to steal these Ancients and head back to their side of the map. But yet another one fight there, and it's just the team fight potential continues to be too strong. Once the Legion side, if the Legion side has all their cooldowns up, there's pretty much nothing that Hellborn can do about it. I mean, they can either let them take their towers, take their base, win the game, or they can try to contest and lose team fights. They need to get pickoffs before these team fights start happening, and they're not really finding them. And his Keeper is doing a really good job of actually spreading out that Nature's Veil and ensuring that they've got the information, they can scout people out. So they're probably going to want to drop a couple of Rev Wards around a fight before it starts, and then catch somebody out of position, because they're in Viz and they think they're safe. Jump in here onto Rally by Kraken. Chain reactions follow up there, but he still has the Compel. He should be fine. Cicados are on Kraken, and he needs to run away now. Kraken takes his regen, and their entire Hellborn team is right around here, but both CD and Rhapsody are heading up. Kraken continually the game in GPM before moving, and just behind him is Puppet Master. Corrupted falling down a little bit here at 340 gold per minute, as his farm has been declining a bit for the last few minutes. Nothing much happening right now. The bottom lane, you got Grinix perhaps going to get jumped on. Kraken porting in here. So he's going to run right into Torture, but in fact will change his direction, so he'll be fine. Once again, Hellwarden's items. Firebrand picked up by CD, so he's probably going for that Geometer's Bane. Could be a Dawnbringer. And that might actually be better, I think. Help us farm out a little bit. But if you're going to do that, you're probably going to go for Lightbringer first. Increase your farm and your ability to spam Electric Tide, get that mana up. Rally's still looking for that Helm. And it's going to be really late now here. 21 minutes. He's just not having a great game. 250 gold per minute. Having some issues getting resources. Krennic's sitting on Phase Boots and an Energizer. So it looks like they may be going for, Soul Screaming. They might be going for a second Energizer here. I don't know if that's a miscommunication thing, but they got a Major Totem and a Soul Scream Ring onto Krennic's, and so he's just missing the recipe for the Energizer, but they don't stack anymore, and you can't really use them in conjunction. It's not to say it's a bad item, especially if you have, gank squads running where 2 or 3 heroes would be going with each other. Having multiple Energizers isn't really a terrible thing, but I don't think it's as valuable as it used to be, and it's probably not worth it here. Krennic's might want to save up for something like a Shield Breaker, get a little more offensive item. Off to the side, Rhapsody will get caught here. Nearly dies. Kraken trying to chase her down. Really tanky here as Krennic's is going to open up on the Illuminate as well. Top tower goes down, as that's the first tower the Legion has lost. And once again, Legion's ultimates are up, and they're going to start pushing aggressively here. Kraken gets a Warp Clef delivered, so he's looking closer and closer to that Demonic Breastplate. Solstice really suffering too in terms of farm. 180 gold per minute, just sitting on Steam Boots and a Ring of the Teacher. Mid tower continuing to be heavily pressured. And this will go down. Will it be denied? No. Off the side, double damage Rally is coming in, looking for a jump onto Keeper of the Forest. It's not going to happen. Ultimate onto 2. Nice ultimate from Solstice getting charged. Will hit a bunch. Excellent ultimate Rhapsody as well, and that's going to save a lot of people. Keeper of the Forest chops it though, and that's going to be 2 down immediately. Both Rally and Corrupted Disciple are down. Solstice can be the next pickup, and Krennic's is trying to get him away with the Energizer, but he's going to get charged backwards. He's still quite fast with the Energizer. And Assassin Shroud Puppet Master's trying to cut him off over here, but he's probably going to get away as he's going to charge forward. And nice Puppet Show there, and that's going to be death on Solstice. So, well played off to the side. Kronos actually does pick off Rhapsody as she's running away. Time leap there, and one auto attack. So that's going to be a bot tower push, as the mid tower also fell. 4 heroes dead to the Hellborn side, only Torture once again dying for the Legion.
The Legion had destroyed a Hellborn
That was our bottom tower. CD's back up here. And we'll see if that actually makes a difference. Astrolabe goes off. Solstice perhaps looking for an opening. They want to take out these racks, but they also don't want to commit too hard, so it looks like they're going to back up here. Demonic Breastplate is finished up by Kraken. Krennic's going to chase a little bit and get some scouting information, but they won't be able to open. Rally has finished his helm. Energization pops on both sides. Nice counter ward. Hellborn looking for an opening relay, it feels like. And then counter ward. And obviously the word of rev as well. Man, I want that DJ Rhapsody ult so bad. Invis Kraken here. Will spot out Krennic's and charge him into the cliff. He's just screwed. Unfortunate.
Massacre.
Happened to be running right into an Invis Kraken with a Puppet Master up there on the hill, and yeah, there's nothing too much you can do about that. Top lane tower going to be in a lot of trouble here as well, as the Legion are looking to do some more damage. Dust goes off, so they see Puppet Master, but Rally getting real deep here. Kraken actually caught by both Rhapsody and Corrupted Disciple. Kraken will drop, but so will Rhapsody. They're going to see if they can kill Corrupted Disciple here and Rally. Ultimate from Puppet Master. Chain Reaction's actually hit too. Well played there. Rally going to drop the Impalement. Corrupted Disciple going to try to chase down Torture. Kronos will also drop thanks to Solstice, but PM at this point can sort of put his dig his feet in. Excellent Astrolabe, fantastic keeper root, just in time coming in there to save Puppet Master, and that basically prevented the Hellborn side from winning that fight. Top tower now going to be pushed in by 2. Grinix is still alive. Might try to get a kill here on the Puppet Master. It's probably not going to happen. Needs to be real careful about this. He gets the Shroud off though. And an ultimate, second ultimate actually from Keeper of the Forest. He has a Restless Stone. That's going to be death on Grinix. I completely missed that. Did not even notice he had the Restless Stone. Excellent pickup there from Keeper of the Forest, and get another kill, which allows the last Hour Tower to get taken out. So Legion side still without any racks, but they're pretty heavily in command of this game at this point, with 20k gold, 17k, early 18k experience in their advantage. Puppet Master farming very well, has overtaken Kraken at nearly 500 gold per minute. Kraken at 450, Keeper at 420. So strong farm here on pretty much everybody on the Legion side. Chrono's not doing super well, but his objective isn't really so much to farm very well and do a whole bunch as it is to initiate with that bubble, set up fights, just be a nuisance. And he's definitely doing that job, sitting here at 3, 4, and 11. So at this point, Hellborn, it's really difficult to see a way back, because Legion know what their lineup is good at, and they know what the Hellborn's lineup is not good at, and that's team fighting. And they just continue to press their advantage every time they have their ultimates up. They're like, let's go push. Let's take a tower, let's take some racks is going to be next. So it's going to be hard to stop that. Kronos will actually back off Torturer, who does not finish countering that ward. Sorry, Grinix will back off Torturer. Sheepstick picked up on Puppet Master, so it's interesting. It's the second time we've seen a PM go for a Sheepstick over a more offensive item, and I'm not a huge fan. He's already got plenty of CC tools. You don't need a third one, really. I mean, it's nice, but having the damage output would probably be much more helpful. Get the Savage Mace, get the Wing Bow, something like that. Maybe we'll finish countering this ward. Solstice is gonna get... Nope, no charge. There's Illusion will be picked up. They do charge something. Is it the real one? Yeah. Nice chain reactions there. Will stop Solstice in his tracks, and the Impalement will help back him off. While the Rally's coming in here, and so is Grinix. They're going to be able to see everybody. Leon is coming in, and will get dusted, so there'll be fine chain reactions there. Don't actually hit, and as a nice compel away happens. Torture Illusion just going to try to chase down some people. And once again, the Legion's cooldowns are up, so let's go push. Keeper of the Forest's refresh is up in 10, and this is almost certainly going to be bot racks unless the Legion side plays this extremely poorly. But they've consistently done well, so I can't imagine that's going to be the case. I can't imagine it, I doubt it. I feel like this is almost certainly going to be racks, very possibly more. It's just so hard to initiate here. Ultimate coming in from Solstice will actually hit 3, but Release the Kraken in the background will prevent a whole bunch. Keeper of the Forest root going down on top of the bubble. Keeper of the Forest second root is available. They're trying to finish everybody off. Collect on the Grinix dies immediately. Nice! Traps the ultimate immediately canceled by the Keeper of the Forest ultimate. And the entire Hellborn team is following. Rally is the only one alive right now, and he will be the last one to die. So once again a genocide, as the Legion side just has too much in terms of team fight. And there's a CC load, so
a Hellborn barracks has been destroyed.
I would assume that would pass. There's the GG's being called, and Legion side are going to win this. So I mean, we identified the issue in the early draft stage. It's just, you know, the team fight for the Legion was so much better. And you saw the gank potential, and you're like, look, you know, if they can turn this into a lot of hero kills in the early to mid game, they can definitely work. You know, team fight lineups can be beaten by gank lineups. That definitely can happen. But the Legion won their lanes. They won mid. They won bot pretty heavily. They didn't really lose top. I mean, they didn't do super well there, but they didn't get destroyed. Their jungler out-farmed the opposing jungler, and as a result, the Hellborn really couldn't get the amount of mid-game kills that they needed to get with their gankers. Puppet Master going to get initiated on here by Grinix, and he will take a stun, but that's it. Gets dusted, and they're going to leave now. So they will stun Keeper of the Forest here, but a Sheepstick onto Solstice. They're going to try to turn this around. Storm Spirit goes onto PM, so he can get prevented from being initiated on. And It looks like Legion might try to reinitiate here, as Hellborn and CiC both did not pass, but I think it's difficult to see the road back for them at this point, and it has been for some time. Torture and Keeper over here, looking for something. Torture will get jumped on by Solstice and Phoenix. He's probably going to die. Release the Kraken onto 2. Rhapsody and Rally are here, though. They're going to look for Focus Torturer, and he will die. Oh my god, he's Nature's Veil. He's fine. Everybody in Hellborn is dying in the meantime. Rally's going to drop next. Rhapsody the only one alive still, and he's running away. It's not going to happen. There's the CC boat that goes through, and Rhapsody will live past the nice annihilation.
Genocide.
By the way, I meant Rhapsody will only live in as much as the game technically ended before she died. But well played to the Legion side, really. They drafted well, they executed the lineup exactly to perfection, they won their lanes, and they took a very deserving victory. So that will be it for this game.